Helpful Watercolor Tips and Tricks Lesson 8. How to mix browns in watercolors. But first, let's go out. This is autumn. It's such a beautiful season. So many colors, so much of browns and reds and yellows. I live in a town which is very rich in autumn colors. This is the magical time of the year. This time of the year in my country also is called Golden Autumn. And it is truly golden because those browns are not quite browns but more golden. Let's dive into the forest. I know that many are wandering in the forest and looking on the major things. What I like to do is search for little treasures, little nature treasures. I more spend time looking down rather than up. Could you have noticed this beautiful fallen leaf on your way to the walk? I do. I notice these little things now. Look at this one. So beautiful colors, how they blend together from both sides. Very beautiful. Or these magical mushrooms growing from a cut tree. Look at this little fellows. Very beautiful. And these pastel colors on this little leaf. It's almost invisible. How about this little mushroom? It's looking so funny. And this skeleton. Forest is full of so many subjects that you can use in your art. I like to look for little ones, for little treasures. But of course, looking on the major things also help to marvel the beauty of nature. So I have a full pocket of different treasures. And look how they look in the studio. They truly are individual subjects that can be used for painting. Even the chaos into composition. But before any painting, we need to mix colors, and this lesson is about browns, how to mix lots of brown colors. Opening my color palettes, Awakening Watercolors, we will need paper. I have my 14 top pigments that I use like 95% of the time. In this lesson, I will be showing you different combinations of different pigments, so you're not sticking to one pigment that I'm mostly using. So from these 14 pigments for mixing browns, I'm using lemon yellow, Indian yellow, transparent yellow, Sennelier red, alizarin crimson, perylene green, ultramarine blue, and indigo. Write the pigment names on the paper. I have 5 combinations of different colors. And as you can see, I start with a very small amount of pigment. The first mix is lemon yellow, alizarin crimson, and perylene green. And as you can see, mixed all 3 together, we have a nice, quite cool color of brown. And now we can add a little bit more of yellow, a little bit more of red, and notice how we can change only by different proportions of each pigment. We can make brown more yellowish, we can make brown more closer to the red side. Chestnuts are a beautiful brownish reddish color. So from these 3 pigments, I just mix 4 different brown color mixes, and the combination can be endless. The next one is Indian yellow, ultramarine blue, and alizarin crimson. Mixed all 3 together, we have completely different brown color, adding a little bit more of red, a little bit more of yellow, and again, different color. This is an amazing way for you to know and understand your pigments, what can they do. Next one is indigo, transparent yellow, and alizarin crimson. Also something different. I'm using these different combinations, so you can adjust to those pigments that you have. No need to go to the shop and buy new pigments if your watercolor box is full of pigments. Next combination is Indian yellow, perylene maroon, ultramarine blue. Something different, more to the reddish. We can have a gray. Last combination is indigo, Indian yellow, and alizarin crimson. This will be much richer. We can make darker. An amazing practice for you to try. You will love it. You will see how many you can build browns. And to substitute alizarin crimson, let's try to add Sennelier red to each combination and see if we can achieve the same results. Maybe it looks like only alizarin crimson is suitable for browns. No, you can use cadmium red. Just my favorite for the browns is alizarin crimson. For the second mix, I really couldn't find the best way to use Sennelier, ultramarine blue, and Indian yellow to get brown colors, but we have a lot of different ones. Thank you, color palette, for painting. These pigments are super vibrant, super rich with pigment. And now, after we have such a nice chart of different browns, we can take each subject and find the right color mix. This is an amazing way for beginners to see different color shades. On one chestnut, there is different browns, more yellowish, more greenish, more reddish. Spending time with color mixing is one of the most amazing practices you can do as a beginner. You will learn so much. I have a whole sketchbook just for color mixing, especially it was used in the beginning of my painting journey. Now, when I create lessons or really need some interesting charts to make, I use this sketchbook, but very rarely. But this sketchbook taught me so much information. It's worth it. Applying this chart to my sketchbook as a new addition of mixing browns. Hope you learned something new, and thank you for watching this lesson. See you in my next tutorials.